Look at what I got my hands on, guys. And no, this is not a test server. Number 18, King of Karate. I mean, only 29 exists, so big shocker there. Let's go see how OP this guy is. So apparently, he's no longer meta. So we're about to test that out. So let's start it off by our DPS test. All right, so we're gonna go, oh, that's the wrong lionfish. All right, we'll do both. So this is lionfish 1. Oh my gosh, I'm under the sea. Okay. Bang, 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 bang. Okay. Ooh, that's really bad. Oh my gosh, the SPA is so slow. Oh man. 8 seconds, and that's not even the final boss. All right, let's try it on the final boss. Hopefully it's a little bit better, but I'm not so sure. All right, let me do the right one this time. All right, well, I mean, honestly, this is about as good as Painty the Pirate, so I guess it's not end of the world bad, but Painty the Pirate is better for Tower of Karate than King of Karate, which is kind of wild. All right, so here we go. Here's the final boss. So it's going to take 2 hits to beat the final boss, but you can kind of see how slow he's attacking. I mean, part of that might be due to the sea bear, but you know, that also doubles his damage. So 8 seconds, not the greatest at all. So a little bit disappointing there. All right, well, let's take a look at him in game, and I want to compare him to some other units we have, like the new Chum Brute, and I want to compare him with my 5-star Painty, and I kind of want to see, oh, Angelian Leader. I kind of want to see, you know, how good is this guy? Is this guy viable at all? Because I mean, if we take a look, he might be meta for Tower of Karate. I don't know, 2.6 million, 3.85 million. So let me build a Tower of Karate team. Would I even bring the King of Karate SW on my Tower of Karate loadout? Let's see here. I would definitely bring in the Chum Brutes. All right. Okay, he's better than Filthy Boys. All right, what about Jellian Leader? Okay, he's better than Jellian Leader, at least so far. Mimic Bob. Okay, I'm definitely bringing Painty the Pirate. All right. Plankton Tank Robot is only 600,000, but I have the wrong traits on all of them, so I think I would normally bring the Paint, but he's still worse than King of Karate. All right, Captain Zack, still worse. All right, Dorudon. And who else do we got that's gonna be good for this? Nosferatu is not good for this. I know, okay, Sir Pinch-a-Lot is definitely good. So right now my worst is Dorudon. And I'm pretty sure I'm sure Rodent will beat Dorudon. All right, so Rodent. I think he still might be meta for this, surprisingly. Yeah, wait, no, there's that mythic. I forgot. Marina. Is she good for this? 756, dude. Oh my gosh. I need to get her SW if anybody has one. Jeez. I need that down. I'm down bad for one of those. All right, honestly, she might actually even pass him. Oh man, that's actually crazy to think about. Dude, SW Marina might be better. Let me check that real quick. All right, so Marina is doing 126 and King of Karate is doing 210. That's not insanely far off, I'm not gonna lie. But I think he might still edge out and be meta on the list. All right, I know Pat the Hapless also needs to be on here. 1.65. All right, Pat the Hapless is gonna knock out Sir Pinch-a-Lot. All right, Pat the Hapless. So this is currently the team. I'm not sure if there's anybody else I should replace. You guys can let me know. But as of right now, I guess he's technically still meta. At least for this. SW Bunker Boys isn't even on there. Jeez. So yeah, I mean, he's still hanging on there in the meta. So I guess he's meta for something. All right, let's go hop on in game, and I want to kind of see what kind of work he's putting in. So this is the other line AoE unit that's an exotic. All right, single target. Okay, honestly, all these are pretty close. So I'm gonna drop Rodent, and we're gonna bring Krusty so we can do a little bit more testing. And I'm kind of curious to see how good is this SW King of Karate. I'm gonna be honest, it's not looking too hot. All right, let's get the King of Karate play. Oh my gosh, look how big that guy is. Jeez. All right, let's get him placed down. Okay. I mean, he's line AoE, so that's something. All right. I'm gonna sell him, and I want to put him right there. And I want to put him on. All right, let me not die. So I'm gonna drop Penny the Pirate, and I'm gonna put this guy on last. I want to see how good this line AoE is. Okay, he's not really hitting what I need him to hit. But let me get a couple upgrades. So 3 million, that's actually not too bad. All right, compared to Pat the Hapless, which is not SW, he does have an edge. So you know what? That's hard to complain about. What about Chum Brutes? Okay, okay, okay. You know what? Not too bad damage-wise, at least. I mean, obviously, Lion AoE ain't as good, but... I mean, he's not doing as bad as I thought he would be. But again, he is SW 5-star, so level 100. All right, here we go. Let's get some more upgrades. So maxed out stats, 4.334 for 0.3. Which, funnily enough, Pain of the Pirate is beating that on placement. Yeah. That's kind of awkward. Now, thanks to all the buffs we got, we can now place like 50 of him. Jeez. Oh my gosh. So that's pretty cool. Dude, the new cursed jellyfish buff is crazy. Dude, that's actually wild. All right. All right, how good is Lion? I mean, honestly, it looks pretty okay. I mean, and he also has this ability as well, Karate Blast. Oh, so that's what it does. Okay, that's funny. Kind of a little bit of a splash damage attack. So I'm gonna be honest, like, we'll see. All right, it's not looking too great for him. All right, Painty the Pirate, yeah, I don't know, man. Painty the Pirate definitely has an edge. What about Pat the Hapless? Pat the Hapless, again, he's not like SW, so like obviously, if you got an SW Pat the Hapless, you would be really, really cooking. I don't know how many SW Pat the Haplesses exist though. But if you did, you'd be cooking. All right, here we go. 2.8 million. Okay, a little bit of an edge, honestly. I don't know. Whenever I tested it, I think the SPA is just crazy long. So let's count the SPA. Okay, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. 5 seconds. All right, now what about Pat the Hapless? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 6 Mississippi. Oh no, that's a range problem. All right, let's try that again. All right, here we go. So as soon as he does his arm motion, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Okay, he's attacked slightly faster. Slightly faster. It's not a big jump though. I'd say it's pretty comparable, but a little bit of an edge SPA-wise to that. All right, so honestly, pretty decent. But I will say, in my testing, he does not do any damage compared to Pat the Hapless. So that's just for my personal testing. But stats-wise, they look good. But in-game, not as good. So there you go, guys. 5-star shiny Wumbo. And if you guys didn't guess, big shout out to Lewis for letting me borrow the units. And yeah, SW King of Karate is crazy.